Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the San Francisco 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. And Corral will throw it. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. The Cardinals had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. And now here's a carry heading left. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Well, this defense for the Niners, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 43 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them. On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. Corral to throw on 1st and 10. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now a handoff as they run left side. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. Touchdown! Rondale Moore. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Again, it's Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Gray. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
A run with Henry on 1st down, but nowhere to go there as he can't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Gray looking to throw on 2nd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Flushed, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Working free to drop it for the sack there was Amari Barno. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Corral. He's got the connection to Moore. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. A gain there of 21 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's a give up the middle. And he's got room. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 78 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a handoff running through the middle. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. A gain of 10, 1st down, Arizona. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Switching it up, Corral going to throw here. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On 3rd down, here's Corral. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Seibert's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Henry again on 2nd down. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Right back to him on first down. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On second and goal, Corral. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Corral on third and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game, and they make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half. And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And this one too low.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
The tight end in motion right. On second down, here's Henry. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 40 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. They keep it with Henry on first down. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll run it again with Henry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll run. It's Henry. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Definitely not how you want to start things on 1st down, and you don't want to panic. A field goal could get you closer, but you have to think to yourself, we even get another shot. At this point, to me, the thinking has to be touchdown or bust.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now a 3rd and goal situation as this Arizona defense tries to stand tall once more. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
That was a huge play on 3rd down, so now what? Do you go for it? Do you trust your offense? Or do you want to put on your defense to try and get the ball back? Me? I'm going for it right here.
Now Gray throwing on 4th down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Cards are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. So the scoring dried up here in the 3rd. Nothing that quarter for either side. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. The tackle there by George Odom.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Switching it up, Corral will throw here. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move was there, but didn't buy him a whole lot. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
On 3rd down, Corral. This is Smith with a grab. And he's going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And now here's a carry heading left. And some space here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 168 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A great effort there. His 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cardinals drive the entire length of the field, 99 yards for the score. They're going to keep it on the ground. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Operating from the gun, Gray. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. This will go to Henry out wide. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
In this situation, the dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you, you can have 6, 7 yards, do that all the way downfield. Let's just go ahead and take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking vertically a lot more.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 22 and a first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And they'll get this down to the 10. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals.
Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting tape to analyze, won't it? Because why did it work in the first quarter, but nothing in quarters 2, 3, and 4? So we always talk about adjustments. You don't just wait till halftime. You do it series to series. They'll be working on that in preparation for their next game.